They say every great fall begins with a moment of peace. That night, peace felt like soft jazz, the glow of my monitor, and the sound of my fiancée's laughter echoing in my mind. I leaned back in my chair, scrolling through hundreds of photos. Too cheesy, I muttered, deleting a picture of us in matching sweaters. You'd kill me if I used this one, Lauren. My phone buzzed. Her name lit up the screen. Hey, handsome, she said, her voice sweet and a little slurred already. Guess what? The girls are dragging me to this ridiculous rooftop bar. If I come back without shoes, it's their fault. As long as you come back with both your kidneys, I'll survive. Oh, please, Mr. Responsible, she teased. You should be the one celebrating. Tomorrow's rehearsal, then the big day. Can you believe it? Barely, I said. Feels like I blinked and suddenly I'm marrying my college crush, she giggled. Still crushing on me after all these years? Unfortunately, I said. Doctor says it's terminal. Good, she replied. Don't you dare recover. We both laughed. The kind that fills the silence too perfectly to feel real. Anyway, she continued, no work tonight, okay? Promise me you'll close that laptop and actually sleep. I'm just finishing the slideshow, I said. The one that's going to make everyone cry at the wedding. Oh God, not the baby photos again. I smirked. Your mom insisted, Lauren groaned. Fine. But promise me it ends with that picture from our first trip to Seattle. The one where you dropped your ice cream on me. Exactly. That's my favorite. I looked at the photo already sitting in the final frame. Her laughing, ice cream smeared on my shirt, sun behind her hair. My chest tightened. Yeah, I whispered. Mine too. There was a pause on the line. Then she said softly, You're too good to me, Ethan. Don't say that, I replied. You're the one marrying me, remember? She laughed again, lighter this time. Okay, I gotta go. Sophie's yelling at me to put down the phone. Love you, future husband. Love you more, I said. Impossible. The call ended. For a few seconds I just sat there, smiling at the empty screen. Then I saved the file, labeled it Forever Hours, and stretched. The apartment was quiet, too quiet. I poured myself a glass of water, staring at the reflection of our engagement photo on the wall. Tomorrow, I said to myself, tomorrow, everything changes. The words felt right. Too, right? I sat back down, opening my laptop again, not to work, but to double-check the live stream connection I'd set for the wedding rehearsal. The software synced automatically to my cloud camera storage. Just a quick test before bed, I thought. A few seconds later, feed loaded a hotel room, dim lights, champagne glasses on a table. I frowned. Weird, I muttered. That's not my test feed. The camera angle shifted slightly, showing a group of women laughing. One of them, blonde curls, red dress, looked familiar. My heart gave a small, stupid skip. Lauren, I whispered. She was laughing, holding a drink, her phone in hand, her voice unmistakable. I should have turned it off. I should have stopped watching. But something in me froze. They danced, shouted to the music. Then, a knock on the door. Cheers erupted. Another group entered, men this time. I recognized one before he even spoke. Ryan, I said under my breath. My best friend. He walked straight toward her, arms wide, and she ran to him. The laughter changed. Softer, private. Don't, I whispered to myself. My hand trembling on the mouse, but I couldn't stop. They talked close, too close. Her hand on his shoulder, his on her waist. The room faded around them. The world faded around me. I heard my own heartbeat, loud, hollow. Then it happened. A kiss. Not playful, not innocent, real. My throat closed. I couldn't breathe. The laptop screen flickered as my hand hit the desk. The glass of water spilled, spreading like blood across the wood. No, I said, my voice cracking. No, 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 the video stuttered. Laughter, music, then silence. I slammed the laptop shut. The room felt smaller, the air heavier. I sat there for what felt like hours, staring at the dark screen. Finally, I whispered. Tomorrow was supposed to be perfect. Outside, thunder rolled in the distance, faint, like an omen I'd ignored too long, and as the first drop of rain hit the window, I knew something inside me had already broken. They say heartbreak doesn't kill you, but that night, I swear mine tried. I stared at the frozen screen, my reflection flickering between the images of Lauren and Ryan. My voice cracked before I even realized I was speaking. No, this can't be real. Their laughter filled the room again, not through walls, but through speakers. I reached to mute it, but my hand just hovered there, shaking. "Lauren," I whispered, "what are you doing?" She leaned closer to Ryan, her hair brushing against his shoulder. "Ryan, stop," I said to the screen, as if he could hear me. "Don't you dare." Then her voice, that soft tone I'd memorized, drifted through the speakers. "You shouldn't be here." Ryan chuckled. "Then tell me to leave." She didn't. Her silence hit me harder than anything. "Say something, Lauren?" I yelled at the laptop. My voice echoed through the empty room. They moved closer. The laughter turned into whispers. I couldn't hear the words clearly, but I didn't need to. The space between them disappeared. "Don't," I said again, standing up. "Don't do this." But they did. When she kissed him, something inside me stopped working. My chest, my thoughts. Everything. It was the same mouth that used to whisper "I love you" every morning. The same eyes that looked at me like I was her whole world. Now they looked at him. I slammed my hand on the table. "You lied to me," I muttered, barely breathing. "You lied to me for months, didn't you?" The screen flickered again, her laughter, his arm around her, the blur of motion that turned my stomach. I backed away. No, stop. But the video didn't stop. It kept going, taunting me with the sound of betrayal. My hands were trembling so violently, I dropped the mouse. I grabbed the edge of the desk instead, gripping it so hard my knuckles turned white. "How long?" I whispered. "How long, Ryan? My best friend?" I laughed, not from humor, but from disbelief. Guess the jokes at poker night weren't just jokes, huh? The anger surged. I picked up the glass I'd left on the table and hurled it against the wall. It shattered, spraying tiny shards like stars across the dark. Was I blind? I asked the empty room. Was I that stupid? The video continued, fragments of laughter, dancing, touches that used to be mine. Then I heard her say it, "Ryan, we shouldn't. Ethan will find out." My stomach twisted. Ryan laughed, that arrogant, confident sound I'd once called brotherly. "He's too busy worshiping you to notice." That broke me. I slammed the laptop shut, but the sound still echoed in my head. I paced across the room, fists clenched, heart pounding. "She said my name," I whispered, shaking. She said my name while I couldn't even finish the sentence. The rage hit like a fever. I opened the laptop again. I had to see their faces one last time. Proof that I wasn't imagining it. There they were closer now, silhouettes under dim hotel light. "You chose him," I said. "You chose my best friend." I wanted to throw the laptop out the window, but instead, I pressed play again, forcing myself to watch every second. If pain was a poison, I wanted every drop. "You did this," I said to the frozen screen. "Not me. You did this." I hit the table again, and this time it cracked under my hand. My pulse roared in my ears. I sank to my knees, staring at the floor. "Everything we built," I murmured. "Every promise, every damn promise." I thought of her call earlier, the teasing, the laughter, the "love you, future husband." The words now sounded like knives. I looked up, whispering to no one. "You said I was too good for you." "You were right." Silence. The only light came from the broken laptop. My own reflection stared back, hollow eyes, clenched jaw, a man I didn't recognize. For a second, I almost called her. My thumb hovered over her contact name. "Should I?" I whispered. "Should I call and end this right now?" But then I heard Ryan's voice again in my memory. "He's too busy worshiping you." My thumb froze. "No," I said. "Not tonight." I stood, breathing hard. My heart still hammered. But the pain started changing shape, from heartbreak into something colder. "I'm not going to scream," I told the empty room. I'm not going to break down. I looked at the laptop, still glowing faintly. You'll wake up tomorrow, Lauren, I said softly. And it'll be your turn to watch something you can't forget. I unplugged the laptop, shoved it into a drawer, and sat on the floor. The rain outside had grown heavier, thunder rumbling over the city. I leaned my head back against the wall and whispered, tomorrow. You'll wake up to your own nightmare. And for the first time since I saw the screen light up, I felt calm. Not peace, just calm, like the stillness before a fire consumes everything. They say mornings tell the truth, I whispered while I tied my tie. You're up early, Hannah said when I grabbed my keys. You okay? I'm fine, I lied. Rehearsal. Don't let him see you like that, she warned. I smiled. I'll be fine. The drive was quiet. Sunlight felt like a spotlight. I knocked. Lauren opened the door, hair messy, eyes soft. Ethan, you're early. Did you sleep well? Mostly. Stepped inside. The smell of coffee tightened something in my chest. You okay? You sounded off. Hangover, Mr. Planner, she said. Sophie and the girls went hard good. They better have. She kissed my cheek, careless. We have to check the venue today, she said, moving like nothing had happened. Are you excited? I want the table settings perfect. I can't wait, I said. Coffee? She asked. Please. She made it humming. Marcus should handle the playlist, she said. He always knows what to do. Okay, I said. Also, seating. Oh my God, Ethan. Stop. You're stressing me out. She laughed, too light. Focus on the vows. I will. She talked about linens and color swatches like it was a happy script. You're quiet, she said, watching me. Is something wrong? I'm fine, I said. Want me to run a line? Yes. Make me cry. I cleared my throat. Lauren, when you dropped that ice cream on my shirt, stop, she said, blushing. I knew I wanted you. You made me braver. Stop it, she said, standing. She pinched the bridge of her nose. I'm sorry about last night. We had too much fun. It's okay, I said. Fun is good, she turned, and a brief shadow of guilt crossed her face. It vanished. I'll be fine, she promised. She left to call Sophie. I pretended to check messages, thumb hovering. My hands were steadier than I felt. When she left her phone on the couch, I opened the files I copied last night. Just a few texts, a photo that confirmed everything. My chest went cold, but my fingers didn't falter. You're pale, she said when she returned. Do you want to lie down? I'm fine. Promise me you'll tell me if I'm dramatic, she said, sitting close. You always tell me the truth. I said. I love you. She smiled. I love you too. Good, I said. Tomorrow has to be perfect. You will be, she said, standing and grabbing her bag. Don't do anything crazy, okay? Be at rehearsal, I will. The door clicked shut. I exhaled. I pulled her phone from my coat, opened the files I had saved, and watched the evidence again in the bright light of day. Seeing it in daylight made the betrayal colder, more real. Where's Ryan? I asked casually as she stirred sugar into her coffee. Oh, he called this morning, she said. Said his sister needed him. Shame, he wanted to help set up. Right, I said, keeping my face neutral. Text him to say thanks later. I will, she promised. He was so helpful with the seating chart. Honestly, he saved us. Good, I said. She checked her mirror, smoothing a stray hair. Do you think we should move Aunt Claire closer to the front? She can't see well. I'll handle it, I said. Tell Marcus to change the playlist, to start softer, then pick up tempo. She smiled, relieved. You're the best. Seriously, I don't know what I'd do without you. Probably have a quieter life, I joked. But the laugh felt thin. She grabbed her keys. Okay, I have to run. Sophie will actually leave me if I'm late. Call me when you get to the venue, okay? I will. I opened her phone again, dug deeper emails, photo timestamps, a message thread that ended with a kissing emoji sent at midnight. I froze, then copied everything to a folder labeled rehearsal footage. My hands moved without feeling. I locked the folder, encrypted it, and watched the progress bar crawl. Rage thinned into calculation. No screaming, I told myself. No immediate scenes. I slid the phone into my pocket, buttoned my jacket, and left. The sun seemed to glare at me, judging me for staying, for planning silence instead of confrontation. This isn't over, I said to the empty apartment. Not yet. They say ghosts don't always haunt you from the afterlife. Sometimes they live in your hard drive. Marcus, you sure you want to do this? I asked, my voice flat as the hum of the server behind me. He leaned over my desk, squinting at the monitor. Man, you look like hell. What's going on? You haven't slept. I'm fine, I lied, my fingers already flying over the keyboard. I just need to finish a personal project. Marcus frowned. This about the wedding? Something like that. He hesitated before lowering his voice. You're not hacking your future wife, are you? I forced a smile. Wouldn't that be crazy? He laughed uneasily. Yeah, totally insane. Inside, I wasn't laughing. Every keystroke felt like digging through dirt for bones. My screen filled with lines of encrypted backup logs. Lauren's phone was synced to the same cloud account we'd used for our shared calendar. Hidden under those logs were messages, deleted ones. Marcus pointed. That string right there looks like compressed data. I nodded. Messages. Maybe photos. Let's unpack it. He watched in silence as I decrypted the files. One by one, messages popped up. Ryan's name. Dozens of them. My chest tightened. Here we go, Ryan. You should have seen his face when he talked about you today. Lauren, don't make me feel guilty. Ryan, then don't marry him. I scrolled faster. Each line carved something out of me. Lauren, he trusts me too much. Ryan, that's what makes it fun. Jesus, Marcus whispered. Ethan, I think you should stop. I can't. My throat felt raw. I need to see everything. He sighed, rubbing his forehead. Man, this is dark. I told myself it started last night, I muttered, but it's been months. He stayed quiet. The only sound was the soft tapping of keys and the hum of the cooling fan. I found folders hidden behind image metadata, labeled work budget and trip receipts. Inside, more screenshots, photos, Ryan's car, her reflection in the window, her smile, the same one she gave me. Marcus turned away. I'm not supposed to see this. And don't, I said coldly. I'll handle it. He grabbed his jacket. Ethan, this isn't healthy. You need to just forget what you saw, I interrupted, staring at the glowing screen. You didn't help me. You weren't here. He hesitated, then nodded slowly. Whatever you're planning, don't go too far. When he left, the silence wrapped around me. I scrolled through old text threads of me and Ryan, the jokes, the late-night calls, the trust I'd handed him like a gift. His last message to me still sat unread. Proud of you, brother, I whispered. Proud of me, huh? Hours passed. I didn't eat. Didn't blink much either. My fingers moved on instinct. I wasn't Ethan anymore. I was code and vengeance stitched together by pain. The cursor blinked on an empty folder. I titled it Forever Hours. Inside it, I dragged every file, every message, every image that told the real story. I would make them a wedding video, just not the one they expected. A knock broke the trance. Ethan. I froze. Hannah's voice. My sister. Doors open, I said, quickly minimizing the window. She stepped in with coffee and concern. You look awful. Are you sick? Just tired. She set the cup down and studied me. Tired doesn't make people stare into screens like they're about to murder someone. I smirked faintly. You've always been dramatic. I'm serious. You haven't been yourself since the engagement dinner. What's going on? Nothing you need to worry about? She crossed her arms. Ethan. I looked at her, really looked. She didn't deserve to get pulled into this storm. Hannah, sometimes silence is safer than truth. Her eyes softened. Whatever it is, I hope you choose peace. I said quietly, peace. She left. After a few minutes, leaving the scent of coffee and concern in the air, I stared at the closed door. Peace wasn't coming. Not anymore. When I reopened the laptop, the screen's glow reflected back a stranger's face, Mine, but colder. I replayed Lauren's voice from a voicemail she left hours before. Hey babe, hope you're sleeping okay. I miss you already. I hit delete. Not for long. The progress bar, finished rendering forever hours.mp. I leaned back, whispering to the empty room. Let's give them something unforgettable. And for the first time in days, I smiled. They say revenge is best served cold. Mine was playing on a 100-inch screen. The morning sun rose like nothing was wrong. I stood before the mirror, fixing my tie, my reflection looking to calm for what I was about to do. Hannah peeked in. Big day, huh? Yeah, I said softly. Biggest one yet. She smiled nervously. You okay? You're quiet. I'm fine. Adjusted my cufflinks. Just thinking about forever, she laughed. That's a lot to think about. Yeah, I whispered, and not all of it's beautiful. The hall shimmered under chandeliers. Guests filled the seats, laughter echoing off glass walls. Everyone looked so happy, like they believed in love's perfection. Marcus clapped me on the shoulder. Ready to be a husband? As ready as I'll ever be, gave a half smile. You're scaring me with that tone, man. Don't be scared. Just watch the video when it plays, the slideshow thing. Yeah, I said, eyes fixed on the big screen. That one. Lauren appeared at the far end of the aisle. The crowd stood. Her white dress shimmered like light itself. She smiled, tears in her eyes. I almost forgot the monster behind that face. Almost when she reached me, she whispered, You look perfect. So do you. My voice was steady, unnaturally steady. The officiant cleared his throat. Dearly beloved, the music faded. A projectionist motioned to me. Sir, the wedding video's cued. Play it, I said. Lauren turned, smiling at the guests. You'll love this. Ethan made it himself. I stepped back slightly, hands behind me, pulse calm as steel. The first images appeared us laughing on the beach, hiking through mountains, slow dancing in the kitchen. The guests smiled, some teary-eyed. Then flicker, static. A new clip loaded. Lauren's voice filled the hall, laughing. Slurred, whispering, Ryan, stop, someone might gasps, rippled across the room. The camera shook, showing Ryan's arm, the hotel wall. Her voice again, unmistakable. What is this? Lauren, stum. The guests froze. Someone whispered, Is that? Ryan, sitting in the second row, went pale. He stood up abruptly. Ethan, this isn't funny. I didn't answer. The video kept playing, her moans, his laugh. Their betrayal broadcast in 4K clarity. Lauren screamed, Turn it off. Turn it off. No one moved. Every eye was on the screen. Her mother fainted. Someone dropped a glass. Flash after flash, phones recording everything. Ethan, please. She sobbed, grabbing my arm. This isn't, I pulled away gently. Don't lie anymore, Lauren. Ryan stepped forward. You set us up. You hacked, don't flatter yourself, I interrupted, voice low. You just left your ghosts where anyone could find them, Marcus whispered behind me. Holy hell, Ethan. I walked toward the aisle. Lauren fell to her knees, mascara running, voice cracking. I'm sorry. Please, you're not sorry, I said quietly. You're exposed. The crowd parted as I passed. My shoes echoed against the marble floor. Cameras flashed, people whispered my name, but I felt nothing, not joy, not pain. Just silence inside me. Outside the hall, wind hit my face like a baptism. I loosened my tie, breathing for the first time in weeks. Hannah caught up to me, eyes wide. Ethan, what did you do? What I had to. She's humiliated, she whispered. I looked back at the doors. I didn't ruin her, Hannah. She did that herself. Tears welled in her eyes. And you? I just pressed play. Marcus ran out, panting. The cops are here. Guests are losing it. You should leave. I already did, I said, walking past him. Down the long marble steps, I heard faint echoes from the hall. Shouting, sobbing, chaos. My car waited at the curb. Engine running. I opened the door, but before getting in, I looked up at the sky. Clear blue, cruelly beautiful. For a moment I imagined what it would have been, the kiss, the vows, the applause. Then I laughed softly. Forever hours, I whispered, remembering the file's name. Guess forever ended early. I started the car and drove away. Behind me, the hall stood like a burning memory, bright, loud, collapsing under its own lies. Ahead, the road stretched wide and empty. I didn't look back. They say, revenge burns clean, but no one talks about the ashes left behind. The next morning, my phone wouldn't stop buzzing. News alerts. Missed calls, messages, dozens, then hundreds. Marcus called first. Man, you broke the internet. I rubbed my face. Yeah? Congratulations to me. They're everywhere, Ethan. Twitter, TikTok, news blogs, even Reddit. Someone recorded the whole thing. I figured they would. He paused. You okay? Breathing, he sighed. Ryan's company fired him. Lauren's been suspended from her firm. They're both trending, and not in a good way. I stared at my reflection in the dark TV screen. Guess that's karma doing overtime? Karma, maybe? But damn, man, this was nuclear. I ended the call and tossed the phone aside. It rang again seconds later. Voicemails, sympathy texts, random people pretending to care. You did the right thing, bro. Stay strong, King. She deserved it. Can we interview you for our podcast? I muted everything. The apartment felt too quiet. My laptop sat open on the counter, still showing the folder Forever Hours. I deleted it. The click sounded final, but I didn't feel free. A knock echoed from the door. I hesitated before opening it. Sophie stood there, Lauren's maid of honor. Her eyes were swollen, her voice small. Can I come in? I stepped aside. You're brave to show up. I'm not here to fight, she said, walking in slowly. I just needed to talk. Folded my arms. About what? Damage control? She shook her head. No, about Lauren. I almost laughed. What's left to say? She's not okay, Sophie said quietly. She's been crying nonstop. She won't eat, won't sleep. Her parents won't even talk to her. Actions, consequences, I muttered. I get that, she said, tears brimming. But Ethan, she regrets it. All of it. I told her months ago Ryan was bad news. She didn't listen. I frowned. You knew? I didn't know how far it went, but yes. I warned her. She said she had it under control. Sophie's voice cracked. She told me last night she wished you'd never found out. Of course she does, I said bitterly. Guilt's always loud when the world's watching. She said she loved you, Sophie whispered. That she didn't mean for any of it to happen. I looked away. You can't accidentally destroy someone's trust. She sat down, hands trembling. I'm not here to excuse her. I just thought you should know Ryan's losing it too. He's been calling everyone, trying to spin the story. Says you edited the video. Classic Ryan, I said coldly. Lies are his safety net, she said. People are threatening him online. He's getting death threats. Not my problem. She looked up at me, searching my face. Do you feel better? After all this? Her question hit harder than I expected. I stayed silent. She whispered, I think you thought this would fix something inside you. I thought it would make things fair, I said softly, but all it made was noise. Sophie nodded slowly. Revenge never fills the silence, Ethan. It just replaces it. I let out a long breath. So what do I do now? Maybe? Start healing instead of hunting ghosts. I half smiled. Too late for that. She stood, hesitated at the door. Lauren wanted me to tell you one thing. She said she'll never forgive herself. I swallowed hard. Good. Sophie flinched but didn't argue. Take care of yourself, okay? When she left, the quiet returned heavier this time. I sat by the window, watching the rain start to fall. Drops hit the glass like soft reminders that storms don't end when the thunder stops. Hours passed. I scrolled through messages, headlines, hashtags, strangers dissecting my pain like entertainment. Hashtag the wedding leak. Hashtag justice for Ethan. Hashtag Lauren and Ryan scandal. Each tag felt like a nail in a coffin, not theirs. But mine. At midnight, Hannah called. You're on the news, Ethan. I know. Are you? Proud, I thought for a moment. No, just tired. She sighed. I wish you'd come home. Maybe soon. Ethan, she betrayed you. But don't let that define you. Too late, I said quietly. It already has. After she hung up, I replayed the video in my mind. Not the betrayal, but the moment after. The silence. Her face. The look that said she finally understood what she'd done. I wanted that to be enough. It wasn't. The screen's reflection caught my eyes. Hollow, dark, unfamiliar. I whispered, You got your revenge, Ethan. Congratulations. Outside, thunder rolled across the night sky. I stared into it, waiting for something, peace, relief. Anything, nothing came. Just me, the rain, and the ghosts I made digital. They say time heals everything. I don't think that's true. Time doesn't heal. It only dulls the sharp edges until you stop bleeding every time you breathe. The ocean has become my therapist. Every morning, I walk down to the shore with a cup of coffee and let the waves speak louder than my thoughts. Morning, Ethan, the cafe owner calls out as I pass by. Morning, Clara, I reply, forcing a faint smile. She tilts her head. Still writing those letters you never send? Just one today, I murmur. And it's not from me. When I get back to my cabin, the envelope sits on the table. No return address, but the handwriting is burned into my memory. Curved, neat, too familiar. Lauren. For a moment, I just stare at it. My hand hesitates above the seal like it's a trap I know will spring open the past. Come on, I whisper to myself. You've survived worse. The paper smells faintly of lavender, her favorite scent. I unfold it slowly. Ethan, I don't expect forgiveness. I just wanted you to know I think about what I destroyed every day. The wedding, your trust, our life. I see it all when I close my eyes. I thought love meant freedom. I was wrong. I hope you're free now. I'm sorry. I let out a bitter laugh. Free, I repeat quietly. Yeah, something like that. I walk outside, the breeze salty and cold. The horizon stretches wide, endless, everything she wasn't. The phone buzzes in my pocket. Marcus again. You read it? He asks the second I answer. Yeah, and she's sorry, he sighs. Does that help? I watch the foam curl around my feet. It doesn't hurt anymore. That's something. You could have destroyed her completely, Marcus says. You stopped short. I wasn't saving her, I reply. I was saving what was left of me. There's a pause. Then he says softly, You sound better. I'm not better, I say. Just quieter. After hanging up, I sit on the sand with the letter in my hand. The ink shimmers under the fading sunlight. Her words feel heavy, but my chest doesn't. For the first time in months, I feel light. Why did you do it, Lauren? I whispered to the sea. Why him? Why us? The wind steals my words before I get an answer, like it knows I don't need one anymore. A gull lands near me, cocking its head. I smile faintly. You think I should keep it? I ask it. The bird squawks and flies off. Yeah, that's what I thought. I fold the letter once more and walk to the edge of the water. The tide is rising, eager, restless, just like the night I lost everything. I hold the paper out and let it slip from my fingers. It floats for a moment. Then the waves claim it. I don't feel triumph. I don't feel regret. Just peace, raw and quiet. My reflection shivers in the water. I see someone older, someone I barely recognize. Maybe that's the point. As the last bit of paper disappears beneath the foam, I whisper goodbye, Lauren. The sky deepens into gold and crimson. My coffee's gone cold, but I don't mind. I take one last deep breath of ocean air and turn back toward the cabin. The sand feels soft under my bare feet, like the earth itself is forgiving me for holding on too long. I stop at the door, look back at the horizon, and say softly to myself, I stopped asking why she did it. I started asking why I stayed blind for so long. And for the first time since that night, I feel free.